They say Scotland is subsidised by the rest of the UK, but that's just not true. Every year for 33 years, Scotland has generated more tax per head than the rest of the UK. It's true we do also spend more, but that's because we elect Scottish governments with more spending in their manifestos. We could save money on tuition fees, free bus travel and prescriptions for the elderly. We could privatise the NHS, but we don't want that. From only 8.3% of the UK population, over the last 5 years, Scotland generated 9.5% of the UK tax take. In return, we received 9.3% of the UK spending. 9.3 is a much smaller number than 9.5, and in terms of monetary value, that means had Scotland been an independent country, we would have been £8,300 million better off as a nation. Now, when the economy is in surplus, that's 8.3 billion more to spend, but when it's in deficit, that's actually 8.3 billion less debt to pay back. And guess what? When the UK government borrows money, Scotland only gets 9.3% of what it borrows to spend, but we have to pay back 9.5%. Looks more like a payday loan deal than a subsidy to me. But that's not all. We've studied GERS, 32 years of GERS, Scotland's national accounts, and these include a population percentage share of the UK's national debt. 4.1 billion last year alone, and expected to be over 5 billion next year in interest on the UK's debts. Now, over 32 years, Scotland's share of the UK debt interest amounted to £64.1 billion, and that's increasing by an amazing £127 per second. However, if Scotland's finances didn't have a population percentage share of the UK debt, then Scotland would have been massively in surplus, and over the last 33 years, Scotland's borrowing would have actually been zero as an independent nation. Scotland's overall surplus would have peaked at about £68.4 billion prior to the banking crisis, and we would have roughly £50,000 million in the bank right now. How does paying £64.1 billion in interest on loans that Scotland didn't need make us better together? It doesn't. The hard truth is that Scotland subsidises the UK and not the other way around.